Hey everybody, it's Mike over here at Growtopia, and we are inside of the shade house. Now, our greenhouses, if you're new to the channel, do not have heat. They don't have lighting inside of them. They do not have an automatic sprinkler system. You come in with a hose, you spray it, you water it, that's it. Nature take its course. So what we have right now is actually two different little plants that are growing out of pods that were sitting in here since last year. So I'm just going to plant those really quick before we get to growing or planting what's going to be growing in these beds. I'm going to stick that little guy in there off their side, and you guys will see that after the fact. I have no idea what the heck it is, but figure why not? If it's growing, let's see what it is, right? So a lot of times I try to take a photo of something, I run it through Google Image or Google Lens or whatever you youngsters call it these days, and I will find out what it is, or I will find out that it's like 8,000 other things that I hope it's not. But anyway, in this bed inside of this shade house is where I normally plant my radishes. Now last year I had cherry and French breakfast radishes. Now I don't know if anybody's ever had a radish before out of the ground. I learned that they're pretty, well, tart. I mean, they're so tart you got to eat a jalapeno just to get the flavor out of your mouth. So I learned that if you cook them, they taste sweet. So I'm like, well, let's try something different. And you know, I want to start trying the different stuff. I got tons of different random seeds. Let's try a different plant that I haven't grown yet. And for this year, we're going to be doing a watermelon radish. No, it's not a watermelon that looks like a radish, but it's a radish that looks like a watermelon. Right? That's a weird way to explain that. So take a look at it. A watermelon radish, right? So the description on the back of the packet says, the watermelon radish is a unique vegetable that is fun to eat or sell at a farmer's market. The radish has roots about 2 to 4 inches in diameter and looks like a watermelon on the inside. So when it talks about the root is what you're eating, right? So it's about 2 to 4 inches in diameter, 55 days till maturity, ½ inch depth planting, 1 inch apart, 4 to 7 days of germination. Wow, that's quick. That's how most radishes are. Direct sow or 2 to 4 weeks before last frost, full sun. Now, of course, in this section, in the shade house, it's not going to get a lot of direct sun, but we grew them last year in here with the same description of full sun, and they did great. So it does get sun in here, but it gets a lot more shade like it is now in the afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, zone 7A. Harvest when the root is about 2 to 4 inches in diameter. Watermelon radishes. So we're looking at about a ½ inch of diameter, ½ inch depth. So I'm going to drop these little suckers down here. And they are big balls. So, try not to drop them too early. This is what they look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a nice little row. My finger, just go down the line in the soil and just spread it down. Try to get them in my hand the right way. And just drop them in here. Now the great thing about the greenhouses is that the greenhouses stay a lot warmer than outside by far, even though they're not heated. So I just knock a little soil over them. So even if they're not getting the most sunlight as they claim they need, it does stay warm in here though. And we're going to drop a tag, which we have right here, the watermelon radish. Drop it dead center. And the next thing we grab is our Bible. Now the great thing about the Bible is inside of the Bible I have a location of the location of the location of where things are. So what I do is I flip through where the shade house is in case I don't remember, like I do right now. Look for the shade house, and I go by the door, and the bottom left corner is for turnips and radishes, which is considered as zone 1. And we go down to where we log it in, which is here. And these are radishes, watermelon. The temperature is well, let's see, it says 70 on the thermometer. Today's the 10th, and we have what's known as a bed, and it is considered zone 1, right? Is what we said. Let's double check. The shade house is considered zone 1, and we go shade house. Alright. Alright. That's logged in there nicely. Now, me the whole time I'm in here, so just go over there. Yeah, drink it now. Now for our next bed, right next door. So we'll slide over to that one, grab you guys. So what you can see right now is we got the two little mysterious guys in the back. Watermelon, radishes are there. But what we got going on in here is kale. Now apparently, looks like some cabbages, right? So we got some young cabbages that are growing in here, and we got some kale. Now what's cool is that the kale that's growing in this little bed inside of this greenhouse has been in here since last year as well. Let's stick it here. So this little kale here, people say I don't eat my greens. It's hard with a mustache, it gets in the way. It's like it wants to jump inside. Now, for years, I wasn't the kind of person who liked kale. My mother, my family members would buy kale from the supermarket, and I hated the taste of it. I hated it. It tasted funky, it tasted like dirt, it tastes like shit. But when you grow it on your own, it tastes actually pretty good. Now, it's very similar to eating grass. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually very good in flavor. I'm just cleaning up around everybody. Now, what's interesting is like with the cabbage and stuff and everything else under the sun, even though it's like, okay, you know, hey, you left it out, you didn't harvest it, you didn't water, you didn't do shit to it. Why is it still growing? Wow, it's still growing because, well, apparently nature's found a way. You know, as the best line that ever came out of Jurassic Park was that nature finds a way. And that's honestly exactly the way that I feel with a lot of my plants, and that's how things literally grow. It's just nature finds a way. I mean, we got another kale you guys are going to look at here that is literally going to seed, which is this one right here. This is a kale, same leaf, right? And it's going to seed. Now, a lot of people would say, hey, you got to pull it out of the ground, you got to stop it, you got to cut it off. I'm just going to let it do its thing, because I got kale on one side, I got cabbage on the other, and these two have been growing since last year. So there goes an airplane. So let's go to the next bed before it lands. So in our next bed we have what I think is a nice romaine, which I can tell by the tag that's down here. We have a nice romaine lettuce right here. Look at this romaine. I'm loving this. This is all from last year. I have none of this I've planted, right? So we have Give me your bowl. We have stuff, we're just gonna pull out the bags and stuff. I tried to plant crimson and clover in here as well, and that just didn't work out. So get rid of that, get rid of its tag. Something dead back here, we're gonna get rid of that. Some more dead stuff, but there's something green down here. Put the phone down so I can use two hands. There goes a Nova. Nova ain't gonna know. So 921 is what the tag says for the romaine that we were just looking at. 921. Wow, that is pretty nuts. I'm gonna change that tag out to the new tags I'm running. You guys see what I'm doing over here, putting in a different spot. Alright, there you go. So for the romaine that's next to me, trying to pull tags out of my pocket. They decided to come out of the rubber band, apparently. Alright, so this guy right here that you see, this one right here is a romaine black 921. So romaine black 9/21/24. That's crazy. So from 9/21 of 24, this is where it's at, and it survived through the winter. No watering, no nothing, just on its own, hanging out, chilling inside of here. Let's get another tag. And the tag, right on this other lettuce is the same one, but the tag almost got sucked all the way down. These are red lettuces, these three, which I knew they were. So get rid of that. I'm going to make 3 more tags. And for the red lettuce, unfortunately I did not put a date on them. Which I knew they were red lettuces by the looks of them. So I switched from the small tags to the big ones because I could put a lot more on them, of course. Okay. Come on. I'm trying to grab it off the ground. It just doesn't want to grab. Okay. Well, of course, everybody's $9 million question is, what does it taste like? Well, let's see. So we got a red lettuce here. It's got a dead leaf on it, so we'll just grab this one off here. There's a red lettuce with a dead leaf on the side of it. You eat around the dead leaf. See what it tastes like. Tastes pretty good, but let's go for a healthy leaf. Got a nice, clean, crisp flavor to it. Now we got the romaine over here, as you see. I'm going to just hit this a little early. I'm going to go down to the bottom. Grab a leaf off the bottom. Wow. I've had romaine lettuce from the store for years, and nothing ever tastes so crisp and so vibrant. Wow. It's amazing feeling when you grow your own food. The reason why it tastes better, it tastes really fresh, and it tastes super freaking sweet is because you grabbed it the day of. A lot of our food is coming from far away, so you don't taste it when it's fresh. They call it fresh, but it's not fresh. It's only fresh when you're actually grabbing it from the plant itself, like I just did, and stuck it in your mouth. That's the only time it's fresh. That's the real freshness of a plant that you're eating. Let's go to our next bed. Our next bed is our pea bed. No, it's not where we pee, although some people think it is. But it is our bed where our different peas are. And currently the only pea that we have in here is this one here. I'm just going to grab this off. I'm going to try it. Tastes like a pea. It's an Oregon pea. So, in here, just like the last ones, we have multiple dead plants. Gonna pull them out, grab the tops. Now, if you look at the bottoms, right, they have a little red pea on the bottom. I'm gonna take that off. I'm just gonna drop them back down. Now, I don't know if the plant is going to be alive, but I figured if there's like a little bean on the bottom, I'll just leave it bean. Just drop the little bean back in and rough it up. This soil is super hard, so this whole area just needs to be fixed for sure. We're going to water these all in really nice today. Well, tomorrow is actually watering day that I do out here. It's a heavy watering day. So we're going to switch this bed up a little bit. So get rid of some of the shit in here. Take the tags out. Clean it up. Clean it up. Clean it on up. Get rid of you. It looks like it was growing, but it's not. It's literally the last of it. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Now this whole bed is so freaking dry in here. This bed needs a lot of watering. That means that the watering that has to happen in this area has to be a lot. This bed is so dry, it's dry all the way down to the bottom. So whenever you're dealing with any type of raised beds or garden beds, you think that, like, okay, I spent like 5 seconds of watering, it looks like it's nice on top. No, it's not. It is dry all the way down to the bottom. So if your plants are dying, it's because you're not watering enough in the early stages of spring. So this bed, just like the other ones, are dry down below. That means that they're not getting the adequate amount of watering. So this is my pea bed. So let's get to the pea bed book. So the pea bed book, which should be this one. Oh, that's the herbs. Let's try this one. So So let's see, we're going to change things up a little bit. We are going to be trying to do in here is soybean Magori giants. Cucumbers, corn, eggplants, carrots. Isn't the peas in here? LMNOP. LMNO. Why are they not in this book? I got so many books, it's not even funny. At least the peas in. Oh my god, it's horrible. I had a video running, I don't even have my peas. Where the fuck is my peas? I got beans. That's a bean. Right? Yeah, you're in a bean family. What the hell is it? I know you were herbs, but did you guys get on the tail end of the herbs? No. Well, this sucks. It's gonna be a long video, everybody. You're gonna go find another book and find where my peas went. Yeah. Alright, I found my book of many peas. Ow. Oh, come on. By the time I drink it, it's going to be empty. Alright, so I found my book of many peas. I got so many books that sometimes it's hard for me to find where things are going. So, what we had growing on in this bed at one point in time was sugar daddies, we had Lincolns, and we had Oregons. So we had an Oregon bean, which was pretty interesting. It was a little tart, a little bitter. It might not have been fully ripe yet, but I do know that my mother and I, we do love sugar daddies. I mean, most of us love sugar daddies because a sugar daddy means that you can get yourself a whole new house. So here's some sugar daddy peas. Oh, I had to make the joke. Come on, people. Everybody, don't be upset if you're a sugar daddy. My name is Mike. I'm available. Anyway, so that got awkward really weirdly. Got a lot of sugar daddies here. I got sugar daddy, sugar pea. I got a P Lincoln. There's a P Lincoln. Let's try to get Lincoln peas running again. P Lincolns. Hopefully these ones won't die. That's a scary joke. So what I try to do is I try to take the shitty tags, I get rid of those, and everything goes in the same little bowl that I put, and then it all gets processed at the end and ends up where it needs to. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else in here. We got the radishes, we got cherry bella, champion, French breakfast, rhubarb, which apparently I can grow. Anyway, so put you over there. So for our Lincoln peas, right? So we got our Mr. Lincoln over here. So this soil is super dry right now. It's horrible how dry this soil is, but it's just because we haven't really got to it, and it is going to get a monster deep watering for sure, because this is, you know, I can go straight down to the bottom of it, and as I pull it up, it's just it's dry. So it's not getting the right watering it needs, which is why nothing is growing on this side of the bed. So that means it just needs a lot more watering. Now it doesn't mean that you need to saturate it to the point where everything dies. It just needs water, right? So the best way that I like growing my peas. So peas like to be planting depth of 1 inch, right? So we got wood chips mixed on top of here with the soil, and it's a little dusty. I don't know if you guys can see this at all, but it is dusty over here. So what I'm gonna do is I pull it back as far as I can to the top of the bed, or the top of the plastic here, and I'm going to lay my peas down, and then I just spread everything on top of it, drop my tags, and away we go. So for our Lincoln peas, in case nobody's ever seen them before, they are pink. Crazy, right? It's weird. Like, you would think it would be like black or brown or white or with a little toupee on top, but no, they are pink. So we're just going to drop these little pink boys down here, which is what you guys were seeing before that were pink. So those are our Lincoln peas. Here, I'm going to need you. The next one we're going to be doing is our Sugar Daddy peas, which look like a normal pea. They're kind of like a whitish green. So put that down the center here. So what happens when I run out of a packet? So if a packet empties out, I put it in my pocket, I bring it back to my computer, I put it on my list of things to things to buy if I need to buy them, depending on how many we have. The next one we have is the Megoro Giant. Is a compact bushy soybean that is grown for its tender, delicious pods of Danimia. I don't know, fucking names they fucking come up with. Pods freeze well for long-term storage, 65 to 75, full sun, 1 inch of depth, 8 to 10 days. Da 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 da. So let's try it. The goalies. I butcher names more than people butcher chickens. And this is what they look like. They're big green balls. Alright. So what we're going to do is Lincoln. Lincoln peas. Sugar Daddy. And then M-I-D-O-R-I Giant soybean. And there goes a fire alarm again, because apparently somebody can't drive when there's no rain outside, or whatever the hell the case is. So we're going to just take the rest of this soil that's a little dry, and we're just going to spread it right across our beans like such. You know, our Lincolns are pink. We know we got our daddies in the center. We got our soybeans on the end, like such. Okay, then we grab our tags. We got our Lincolns, our daddies, and our soybeans. Just like that, we got our tags down. Simple enough. We got a little rogue guy back here. We just toss that over there. We got our seeds down below. Toss those to the side. And then we take our Bible, grab our Bible, and we update our Bible. So it's going to be a long video, so I hope you guys stay tuned for all this. All the fun, the jokes, and the horrible, horrible jokes. We are back in the nursery. Yeah, we are back in the nursery. I'm doing it right now. I'm looking at freaking the stuff inside of here that something I want to look at with the nursery earlier, but we are in the shade house. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure this is stage 4. 4 is for the beans. Alright. So we got Lincoln. Lincoln P, 70 degrees in here. It's 5, 10, 25. It's in a bed. 4. Shade. House. Got sugar. Daddy. P, 70 degrees. 5, 10, 25. It's in a bed. 4. Shade house. So I used to put S and H and S and H, but it was really funny because the shade house and the sun house are both S and H's. Shade house, sun house. Really? Then we got our fancy soybeans. MIT Giants. $75, 10, 25, 4/shade house. Okay. We're going to do multiple parts of this video, so that's the first part. It's 30 minutes. It can take an hour to do this whole house. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for more videos of Mike from Growtopia inside the shade house. I gotta sneeze and I gotta hit the bathroom, and nobody wants to watch that shit. Stay put, pen.